Hi golfers, Jack Spencer here, Practical Golf for All. I'd like to wish all the moms out there happy Mother's Day. It's another cold, miserable, rainy day here in western Pennsylvania, so I thought I'd make a follow-up video to my last video, which went over releasing the club head through the ball. If you keep your lead arm on your chest and your backswing and then down through the hit, you're going to see that the club is going to naturally want to release itself and square through impact. It's just what the club wants to do. It's like that. The key is to not let your trail hand, for me my right hand, overtake that natural motion and inhibit it or enhance it. If I enhance it, it's going to flip the club. If I inhibit it, then the face is going to stay open. So the key to that is don't have a death grip on the club with your trail hand. For me, my right hand, just enough. And I talked in another video, one of my first ones, about how if you hold a club out like that, a friend of yours should be able to easily pull it out of your hand towards them. That's how light your grip pressure needs to be. You see a lot of things about, how do you begin your downswing? And I talked about it in one of my videos too, that you certainly want to initiate it with your legs, and that's true. People will say, well, start it with bumping your lead hip towards the target. Other people say, make sure that this lead butt cheek is up and out of the way, or this shoulder needs to do that. For me, if I concentrate on bumping my lead hip towards the target, what will happen is I overdo it. See how my head is moved actually in front of the ball, not where you want it to be. And that's a very difficult thing to control, like how far do I bump my hip? And if I think about pulling this lead butt cheek up and out of the way, unfortunately, it pulls me up and out of the way too. I'm pulling up and out of it. I'm losing my spine angle. Same way with this shoulder. If I pull this shoulder up, I'm losing my spine angle. You see a lot of things too, especially today. They talk about how the professionals will have their pressure measured, their foot pressure. They use the big ball, good old Mother Earth, to generate their power. And that I certainly do believe in 100%. For me, I think one of the easier ways to get all of these things combined is to use pressure on your lead foot to straighten that leg. I don't mean snap it up like that. No, just push. Just push. The harder you push, the more powerful your swing's gonna be. So if I want to hit a half shot with this club, I would just kind of push like that. If I wanted to really, muscle up on it and try to get the maximum distance out of it, I would just push harder. When I push on that, my leg is going to naturally straighten. It's not going to come up and lock, but it's going to naturally straighten. But I'm using the big ball as my source of power. And that does a few things. It ensures your weight's going to transfer, because in order to push off your lead foot, you have to have weight on it. If you just try to push on it without transferring your weight, you're going to push yourself back this way. But if your weight transfers and you push, it's going to clear this left side. For me, my left hip, your lead hip is going to get pushed out of the way. And most importantly, in so doing, you're going to maintain your spine angle. Your head's still going to be behind the ball. Your belt buckle's still going to be pointing more down than it is horizontal or, God forbid, up. Your spine angle is going to stay intact. you're going to generate more club head speed, and you're not going to sway laterally towards the target like I think you can do if you do the hip bump. There, I lost my balance. So what it does, getting this left side out of the way allows this natural rotation of the club face through impact, the natural release of the club. And again, if you're going to think about rotation of the club face through impact, I would strongly suggest that you think about arm rotation. You don't want to think about wrists. Wrist flipping is not good at all, but if you flip your wrist, you might, there, I hit it a little bit thin. The other thing you can do with a wrist flip is yank one dead left. There, I almost missed that ball because the pattern of the club face with the wrist flip is like that. It's not down the line. It's going to flip it way too far to the inside in your follow through. What you want to do is clear this left side enough so that the natural rotation of your arms can take over. And then you don't even have to think about rotation. So, I hope that little pointer helps understand a way to enhance the release of the club through impact, a way to use the big ball to generate your maximum amount of power. Thanks, I hope you enjoyed it.